She's a rookie in the league whose team sucked, who asked out at the end of the season with an injury, who won't shut up about herself.
Honestly, it makes me smile in return. Like, for me, I'm just myself. That's what I try to be. I try to just be a great role model for them, and I think it speaks to how I was raised as a kid.
Okay, I dare you to watch this whole video without picking a side. Portnoy versus Reese, glam versus grit, style versus substance. It's the battle that's dividing women's basketball fans everywhere. By the end, you'll have to decide, is Angel Reese's flashy style good or bad for the WNBA? Is Caitlin Clark really the savior Portnoy makes her out to be? Get ready to question everything you thought you knew about women's basketball. But picture this. Dave Portnoy, the guy who built an empire on pizza reviews, suddenly becomes the judge of women's basketball. Crazy, right? But that's exactly what happened when he went off about Angel Reese's celebration after winning the championship. You know the one where she did that "you can't see me" thing right in Caitlin Clark's face. But Portnoy didn't just criticize Reese. He went all out, calling her a classless piece of shit. That's when basketball Twitter lost its mind.
Imagine if your first round draft pick had the season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury.
Everyone had an opinion, and boy, were they fired up. Now, you might be thinking, hold up, didn't Caitlin Clark do the same celebration earlier in the tournament? And you'd be right, she totally did. That's where things get really interesting. Portnoy tried to explain the difference, saying Reese basically chased the best player in the game to the locker room to taunt her.
Gossiping about everything in the league as a rookie? Please. Yeah. Meanwhile, Caitlin's head down, just
ready to
you don't hear a peep from her.
According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord.
But did that actually happen? Let's look at the footage. Reese did her thing as the clock was winding down. She wasn't chasing anyone to the locker room. So Portnoy's take, it's looking pretty shaky. It's like he watched a different game or something. This whole thing isn't just about basketball anymore. It's turned into this huge debate about double standards in sports. People are asking why it's okay for one player to celebrate but not another. Is it because of their background, their playing style, or something else entirely? Now, Portnoy's words didn't just ruffle a few feathers. They set off a firestorm. Some fans are backing him up, saying Reese took it too far. Others are calling him out, saying he's got no right to judge. It's like the whole sports world is divided.
Angel Reese, generational rebounder, possibly. Very good rebounder. Motor, can't shoot a lick. One of the worst shooters in the league.
Where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think of you talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas.
While everyone's arguing about celebrations and sportsmanship, both Reese and Clark were out there breaking records and changing the game. It's like they're navigating a labyrinth while the others are wandering in a straight line. So what did Portnoy actually say about Angel Reese? Well, besides the classless comment, he went on a whole rant about how she was disrespecting the game. He said she was making it all about herself instead of her team.
100th straight loss. She put up, I think, 19 rebounds, 17 points. Forget that Camila Cardosa, the other rookie on that team, had a better stat line, scored more points.
He's a rookie in the league whose team sucked, who asked out at the end of the season with an injury, who won't shut up about herself.
But when you look at Reese's stats and how she played, it's hard to buy that argument. She's a team player through and through, even if she likes to celebrate big moments. In the end, Portnoy's blast might be more than just hot air. It sparked a conversation that's been brewing for a while. Whether you agree with him or not, one thing's for sure, women's basketball is getting more attention than ever. And maybe, just maybe, that's not such a bad thing after all. Everyone's talking about Portnoy's comments, but let's shift gears for a second. There's a rookie in the league who's not just living up to expectations, she's shattering them. But is she really the best player in the game? Or is there more to this story? Yes, we're talking about Caitlin Clark. This girl's been lighting up the court like it's her personal fireworks show. You won't believe the numbers she's putting up. We're talking 20.5 points and 10 assists per game. That's not just good, that's rookie of the year material right there, and well deserved. Clark's not just scoring and assisting, she's breaking records left and right. Most three-pointers by a rookie, check. Most assists by a rookie, double check. It's like she's playing a video game and found all the cheat codes. While Portnoy's ripping into Reese, he's practically building a shrine to Clark. He straight up called her the best player in the game.
He had his big rant about the jealous women of the WNBA to shut up, being petty about Caitlin Clark and everything else.
30% from a foot out. It's disgusting. Doesn't pass, doesn't do anything. One step. She's a great rebounder. Doesn't make her team better.
That's some serious praise, especially coming from a guy who usually talks about pizza, not basketball. But is Clark really that much better than Reese? Let's look at the numbers. Sure, Clark's scoring and assisting like a veteran, but Reese, she's pulling down 13.3 rebounds per game, leading the entire league. That's not just good, that's historic. Imagine this, Clark and Reese went head-to-head on June 16th. Clark exploded for a career-high 31 points, dished out 12 assists, and grabbed 4 rebounds. Reese? She put up a solid 10 points and 11 rebounds. Both impressive, but in different ways.
You're in the league and you're wearing 2 other teams. Like, aren't you supposed to be mad you're not in the final? It's supposed to drive you nuts.
Honestly, it makes me smile in return. Like, for me, I'm just myself. That's what I try to be. I try to just be a great role model for them, and I think it speaks to how I was raised as a kid.
So why is Portnoy so focused on Clark? Some people are saying it's not just about basketball. They're throwing around words like racism and double standards. Portnoy's even gone as far as calling Reese one of the worst shooters in the league. Ouch. Both Clark and Reese say they're not even thinking about this drama.
Why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
They're laser focused on getting their teams to the playoffs next year. Clark's out there spending time with fans and doing community work, while Reese is grinding in her own way. So how are fans reacting to all this? It's like the whole basketball world is divided. Some are Team Clark, praising her humility and skill. Others are Team Reese, defending her right to celebrate and pointing out her incredible rebounding stats. In the end, we've got 2 amazing players changing the game in their own ways. Clark's breaking scoring records, Reese is dominating the boards, and while everyone's arguing about who's better, these 2 are just out there balling. Now that's what I call game changing. Alright, let's wrap this up. This whole Portnoy versus Reese drama isn't just about one tweet or a celebration anymore. It's blown up into something way bigger. We're talking race, gender, double standards in sports, the works. And you know what? Maybe we needed this conversation. While everyone's arguing, the real winners are us, the fans. We gotta watch 2 insane talents like Clark and Reese duke it out on the court. That's the kind of drama I'm here for. Imagine this, Clark's sinking threes like it's nothing. Reese is grabbing rebounds left and right. The crowd's going wild. That's what it's all about, right? Not the Twitter fights or the hot takes. It's about the game, the skill, the passion. So yeah, Portnoy's rant stirred up a storm, but maybe, just maybe, it's making more people pay attention to women's basketball. And that's a win in my book. What do you think? Is all this drama good or bad for the sport? Either way, one thing's for sure, women's basketball is on fire right now, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Hey sports fans, please comment below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, now let's go!